From the Ohio AgDat Voice You Know at the News You Trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution, I'm Joel Norwood. My goodness, it's turning out to be not too bad of a day. It says only 50 degrees out there, but in the sun definitely feels a lot warmer than that. Enjoy it. It does look like it's going to be pretty seasonal temperatures the rest of this week. Ohio AgDat had the opportunity to tag along with the Ohio Farm Bureau County President's trip last week in our nation's capital. Senators Jon Husted and Bernie Moreno, both, of course, freshman senators, spoke to the group. We had a chance to catch up with Senator Husted after his comments, speaking not only on the tariff situation, but also possible changes in bird flu response.
Right now, we're working through a long process with China that's been going on for years, and it's time that it comes to a head and it gets resolved, because they have been stealing our intellectual property. They have been pirating technologies. They've been subsidizing businesses in ways that make it very anti-competitive for American business. And we need to reshore our manufacturing away from China and to America. And this is being worked out through tariffs right now.
Farm Bureau members did note the senators' focus on the bird flu crisis, hitting Western Ohio especially hard.
I think there was, under the previous administration, their approach to it was overly aggressive, meaning that they were wiping out millions of healthy birds that did not need to be removed from farms and from the production of eggs in this country. And working with the new administration, we were able to, I think, put in place a rational approach to containing the flu, but also not eliminating millions of birds unnecessarily. And that will impact lowering the price of eggs, be good for farmers, and help us work through this. But there's still a lot to be done here, a lot of thinking about what we want to do with vaccinations, with chickens and things like that. So we got a lot more thinking and a lot more work to do on the topic.
The full video of Senator Husted's comments, as well as more perspectives from other legislators and Farm Bureau leaders, online today at ohioagdat.com. And speaking of bird flu, USDA conducted their latest look at egg production and prices as part of its recent supply and demand estimates released last week. World Agricultural Outlook Board Chair Mark Jekanowski comments.
Since the last WASDE in February, we've had more HPAI outbreaks. The last really large one was on February 21st, so we're incorporating that into the new forecast. It suggests egg production tightening up by about 75 million dozen relative to where we were in February. So that's tighter production really through the third quarter of this year, where after that we would expect it to rebound, assuming no new cases of HPAI.
Ohio remaining one of the hardest hit states with regard to highly pathogenic avian influenza. In other news, Brazilian soybean farmers will be harvesting an even bigger crop in the 24-25 season than previously expected. That's coming from a forecast released by crop agency CONAB. Reuters reporting the Brazil soybean crop, which farmers are harvesting now, expected to total 167.37 million tons. That's about 1.3 million tons more than their February forecast, and far above an all-time record of 155.7 million tons in the 22-23 season. CONAB data showed that more than 105 million tons of that production will be exported, up 7% from last year. Let's check in with our own Dusty Sonnenberg for an industry update.
I'm visiting today with Jared Cox. He's with Relentless Ag out of Dresden, Ohio. Jared, we're down at Commodity Classic talking Meristem. Now, you're also a Pioneer seed dealer. Tell me a little bit about maybe some of the synergies between being able to work with your customers, providing some of their seed needs, but also some of these other technologies to help on their farm.
Yeah, so it's a great combination to have our Pioneer Seed Agency and have products that Meristem offers. They make our seed better, it makes our customers better. We find gaps that the customers may have, and we fill them with different Meristem products. The Revline hopper throttle has been a really good fit with our growers to be able to place in the planter box. Allows them to replace some inputs that they're already using by having the 80-20 graphite talc mix in it, having the zinc in it. The ether technology is exciting, allows us to release some nutrients that are in the ground, and allows them to cut some of their dry fertilizer back. And the biological package that's in there allows that plant to use those biologicals if needed and try to prevent stress.
Thanks, Jared, and thanks, Dusty. Listen to that full conversation online today at ohioagdat.com. It's our featured audio. Stay tuned to look at closing markets after this.
Biodiesel isn't just a fuel, it's a game changer for your engine, your wallet, and your farm. Cleaner burning and efficient, biodiesel enhances engine life, power, and fuel economy. Plus, it delivers real value, adding $1.33 to every bushel of soybeans grown. That's 13% more value per bushel, directly tied to the biofuels market. Ready to turn soybeans into power and drive with purpose? Learn how at soyohio.org.
Closing numbers after Monday's trade in Chicago. May corn up 2.5 cents to $4.61. December new crop corn $4.54 per bushel, a gain of 3 cents. May soybeans down half a penny to $10.15.5, but new crop up half a cent to $10.18.5. And July wheat up 12 cents to $5.85. Markets brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. April live cattle gaining $1.85 to $205.03 per hundredweight. April feeder cattle $284.20. Gaining $3 today. April lean hogs up $1.45 to $88.08. Milk has the losses today. April class 3 down 37 cents to a price of $17.19. I'm Joel Norwood. This is the Ohio AgNet.